Yo, one time for the fun time. Big C's for Coterie. It's your boy Vinsane, and I'm rocking with DJ Pest.
DJ Pest.
I got my guy Vinsane on the line in the chat as he has entered the chat. I wanted to make sure I didn't start any conversation until I push record. So here we are. I've known you for a long time. I would say about 4 years, right?
Yeah, 2018.
Where are you from?
Chicago.
All right. And you moved out here in Arizona 2018. What brought you to this side of the country?
All right, so I already had AZ in mind because I had a relative that was going to move out here originally.
Mm-hmm.
It was my auntie, to be exact. She planted the seed. Like Arizona. Okay, I don't know. Outside of it being a desert, I don't really know what the hell was going on in Arizona. And I started looking at the housing market and shit. And then, can we curse on here or no?
Do your thing, brother.
I started looking at the housing market and all that. And then there was, like most people when they come to the West Coast, ideally, most of us, we want Cali. You know what I mean? But I got through Cali. Cali lovely is weird though, and the cost of living. So I'm like, I know I could do Cali, but I'm just not right now. And I'm gonna be completely honest with you. So I didn't know when I was gonna come to AZ, but I knew I was coming. I was planning for it. And then an unfortunate incident happened where I lost a couple brothers, and I just threw the towel in on Chicago. I was hurt.
Yeah.
So I left everything. You know what I'm saying? And that's what brought me out here, bro. It was just good. I had a location in mind. That shit happened. I just looked around like, nah, I'm done with this shit.
Yeah. So did you know a lot of people out here in Arizona, or you just
nope.
did it?
I just did it.
Tell me about that. How hard was it for you to just come to an unfamiliar place? You don't know nothing about the place. You just probably seen it on Google because you said you was looking for, looking for somewhere to stay. But how much of a culture shock was that for you?
It wasn't much of a culture shock. I kind of had an idea of kind of what to look for, considering I got so many people that live in California that come out here all the time.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It was tough leaving family behind, but I knew once I pulled the trigger that family was going to follow suit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It wasn't really hard because mentally I came with the idea of with a progressive a progression mind state. You know what I mean? So I wasn't coming out. I went from the lead Chicago, fake depressed, to come all the way out here with palm trees and even more sunshine, depressed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it was more of a mental strength. Like, I'm finna come out here and I'm just gonna move forward, bro. I'm get rich out of this bitch.
Any regrets?
Nah. It's one of probably the greatest decisions I made.
Any idea of moving somewhere else, or it's like this where I'm at forever?
Nah, as far as the country is concerned, domestically, AZ might be it for me. After here, shit, I leave here. I'm going to Africa somewhere. I'm finna be, goddamn it, like Sincere Belly.
Okay.
Straight up.
So moving here was, it was more so a personal thing that you had to do for you. You had to grow. As an artist, how long have you been an artist, and how was that transition? Because with you being in Chicago culture as an artist, you being in Arizona, it's a different scene, yeah.
Nah, it's a fact. I've been an artist for over 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, like, we got the label situation independently. Of course, I never really. I'm gonna be honest with you, Pest. I never really been like overly like burdened with the idea of just being an artist. You know what I mean? I always could see myself like, being someone behind the scene it just so happened that my work ethic kind of like outweighs the people that I was always pretty much been surrounded by. So I always look like I'm the main artist, but I'm always the one rooting to get I'd rather get behind everybody else. You know what I mean? Yeah. So yeah, but now the culture as far as being an artist from Arizona and Chicago was definitely much different. You got to imagine, like, Chicago always had culture, but I was in Chicago when, like, we used to dream of the idea of having rappers from the city, a shitload of rappers, and being able to see rappers in the hood. And, you know what I mean? Yeah, like, exactly where it is today. I remember being outside when that was just an idea, a prayer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Vinsane, what's the name come from?
Well, my name Vinny. You know what I'm saying? Vincent. It should be sounding. But Insane just, you know what I think? Honestly, because I was with a group before, Raw Lyric, back in Chicago, and one of the guys in the group, a longtime friend, when we was younger growing up, because my first name used to be Lil Vince, and Lil Vince, and I'm like, at some point I'm gonna be a grown ass man, so I ain't really trying to be rocking with, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Lil Vince, and my homie was like, Vinsanity, and I'm like, that's kind of corny. I'm like, Vinsane, though, that ain't bad. And everybody's, ooh, that's it. And I was just rocking with that shit. Yeah,
how old were you when you came up with that?
Bro, I was like, oh, you did it deep.
Yeah, man, that's what we're here for.
Nah, facts. I probably was like 18.
Okay. And how old are you now?
18. Am I allowed to say that right now? My publicist. Nah, I'm 36.
Oh, we're the same age. I think we talked about that before. Yeah. Because I remember bumping into you in the gym. Because let me just see if I can jog my memory. I met you at the Bench Bar, or was it somewhere else?
Yeah, no, I think that was that over there in was that Tempe?
That was Tempe.
Is it?
That's Tempe. Okay. That's Tempe. It's borderline Tempe. So you had just moved here, and you went to the Bench Bar. If you can remember, like how long were you here before you was like, I'm about to hop right in the scene right now?
I ain't gonna lie, it was probably like 7 months.
It was 7 months?
Yeah, so I was down.
So you moved here in like January. Because I remember it being...
No, wait. No, I'm lying. Wait. So, I remember sitting down for like it was like 6 months, bro. Mm-hmm. I moved out here and that was June of 2018.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I was doing the joint like November.
Okay.
Because I saw you like first. Like you were like one of the first group of artists that came and performed. Right. And you stood out. You know what I'm saying? At that time, if I'm going off memory and it ain't that good, but at that time you had just dropped Floating.
Yeah.
You see? Yeah. Yeah.
That's a fact. Nah, you definitely stood out because I remember you was giving you were just genuinely vibing with the people, letting them know what kind of energy and frequency you was on, the way you was coming from, and how you was just trying to, propel the music scene at AZ. And it was so genuine and so real. I'm like, I know I'm gonna work with dude. Like, dude, just too authentic. You know what I'm saying? Real recognized real.
Yeah. I remember I was going to go get a COVID test. I mean, had to been 2 months ago. And I'm driving up to the place banging Floating on repeat. I don't know why that was a theme song for my COVID test, but I'm just letting you know right now, like I still listen to that song to this day. And you've made other, tracks that I listen to. Yeah. So let's talk about that. Projects you're dropping. Like, what are you looking forward to when you drop a project? What's some of the goals you're trying to accomplish?
You know what, bro? I always had the mindset working with one person. I'm a most definitely a grassroots person. So it's like one person, one block at a time for me. Like, cause I don't really, I can't sit there and put myself in a box and tell you what I'm willing to do, what I'm not willing to do as far as industry wise. You know how a lot of people be like, I don't want to sign with a label, I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
It just ideally for me, what I'm looking to do is just prepare the label to prepare Coterie to the point where like we have we got some kind of bargaining room, and that take a lot of legwork. You know what I mean? So my goals, like as you can see, I don't have a lot of projects. I make a ton of music, but I don't have a lot of projects simply because like we ain't 18 and 19, first of all. So like back in them days, like this is right before the internet era, like if you surrounded by 20 people all day, every day, your music gonna kind of get out locally pretty fast, especially from a place like Chicago, if your hood behind. If you got any clout to any degree, whether positive or negative, the music dope. So it's like we're in a different climate these days. Like for the kids that's growing up, this all they know. So they know how to play the game as far as the internet. I ain't gonna even lie. I done came in we like the first generation of the internet. It's still a lot that I'm learning because I'm such a secretive guy because I've always been outside. You know what I'm saying? So it was like that still was a culture shock for me. So these days I'm just trying to build up one song at a time, throw some money behind it, just have I'll do 20,000 here. The goal will be 50,000. The next video will be 100,000. Working up to $1 million. I'm gonna be honest. That's just being on some short term right now. As far as anything coming from Coterie, we're just trying to hit that $1 million mark.
Yeah,
that's not the end game. That's when really when you get the people's attention, that's when the work really starts. People think you work and then you get it and then you chill. You know what I'm saying? That's not how that could, you know what I mean? I'm looking to do an M on something. It may not even be a music video because I do so much outside of music. Like, I don't know what, you know what I'm saying? My thing is I just got to I got to get in the lane of just creating content, as you know, or may not. Like, I'm kind of like sort of in a realm of like doing some of the things that you kind of familiar with as far as making, because like people don't know, like I be shooting my own music videos and I don't be wanting to shoot my own music videos. It's just so fact that, you know, when I bought the camera, I'm thinking, well, that shit gonna have motherfuckers about ready to sack the damn camera. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You get it, and that's not the case. And the people, you know what I'm saying? Because I might have bought it just because my little homie like, man, you get a camera, then you get it. It ain't that. It's like, at some point, somebody got to pick up the camera. It just so happened to be me. You know what I'm saying? But it's a lot of work when you're doing a lot on your own. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm claiming it. I'm rich. It just ain't currently in my account right now as we speak. But we working on it, though.
You were doing music before the internet era. And with me being a DJ, I have my perspective on it. It's weird, you know, and I say it's weird because the way we operate is just old. I believe to this day in 2022 that I'm supposed to link up with you and me and you supposed to do a mixtape. You know what I'm saying? That's just where we come from. You know what I'm saying? Like hard copies, open the trunk, blah, 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 and we on the streets. Yeah. But now, is that something an artist looks forward to doing? Like what is a thing that's like, okay, I'm an artist, I'm killing the game because I'm doing what? Like, what does an artist do? Like, what's on the artist checklist now versus what was on the artist checklist in 2012 and beyond?
What a lot of artists are willing to do now, which is people like you, like yourself and I come from, you know, pre-internet. A lot of people are taking advantage of negativity, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like a lot of people like I just ain't got it in me to do it that way simply because I'm a grown ass man. For one, that ain't the energy and frequency I'm trying to put out to the world. I have my real life experience just like everybody else. But it seemed like a lot of these artists are just willing. That's like high key a shortcut for them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like just find some extra negative, or it might just be like something like it's like the shortcut for most of the artists these days. It don't have anything to do with music. It just crosses over to it. Once they get the clout off for whatever this situation is, and more than likely negativity, because we always be blaming the artists like, oh, they come chasing off negativity, but we watch it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? As soon as we see it, let me see what they're talking about. Quick, myself included, I ain't perfect.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they like artists these days know how to take advantage of every opportunity. And a lot of those opportunities aren't necessarily music based.
Mm-hmm.
For artists, for people such as I, we stick to the script. You know what I'm saying? We, no matter how long it takes, we coming how we coming because we feel like we will be selling out and completely giving in to the shenanigans of the internet, which is reality of what a lot of people be pushing for.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's hard to be like, because like I got stories, I got issues, I can come up, I can hit Vlad right now and we can talk about this.
Mm-hmm.
And then now the whole world will know who this, but I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's not the cuff I'm cuffing.
So how do you, that's what I was about to ask, because it's not your cloth. So it's easy for you to stay away from stuff like that. How do you feel watching other people fall into that though?
If you're someone close to me, yeah, I'm gonna talk to you like a brother with respect who really got your best interest. I can't just reach out to a stranger, you know what I'm saying, who I don't have no rapport, so I'm just like everybody else, just a fly on the wall.
Yeah.
I wouldn't recommend anyone do it, but you can't tell. It's kind of hard to tell. Like clout is like an imaginary form of currency.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can't tell them that when they see an opportunity that they can take advantage of and get some clout. It's hard to tell them. It's hard for them to listen and not take that. I mean, and take your advice, because this is a form of currency that they feel that they need. This is an opportunity for them to take advantage of. It's sad.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just the reality and the nature of the situation. But if to anybody that I can get next to, whether like I really have a sturdy relationship with you, or you just somebody who I bump shoulders with for however reason we got next to each other and we chopping it up and I see some, I'm gonna put some in your ear like, bro, you ain't gotta, you know what I mean? You a fly, you ain't gotta, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can set it out to them, but it's up for them to take heed to the advice.
Well, with that, I'm speaking to you because I know you got length in the game. You know what I'm saying? You've been doing this for a while. So looking back from when you started to where you are right now, what's your proudest moment?
I'm just gonna say my proudest moment as of right now, considering how long that I've been involved with music and all of the obstacles and circumstances that I endured. To be honest with you, bro, just even being able to, just even feeling the creative spirit enough to even still release music, like as of right now, considering, you know, what's been going on or what a motherfucker endure behind the scenes. Because trust me, most people wouldn't probably, you know what I mean? And I'm able to do it with such energy and positivity at that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, just to even continue to still have the energy to do it, like that. It ain't. I make it look easy, but it's not. Yeah, not. So I don't think I can say any one specific thing. It's just more of like a level in the sense of resiliency within me, that if, you know, if the story was out, it'd be like, wow, okay, oh, that's the case. And bro ass cooking like that type shit. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So what's your creative process? Because listening to your music, you wouldn't know. Every song that I've heard that you've made sounds like it's made for radio. You know, like I can imagine every song you play, it's like you ship that one to the DJs and, you know, that's the one we pushing for Vinsane right now. So how do you keep what's going on personally out your music and you just write a hit? Or are there some songs that you're getting ready to release where they're going to be a release for you?
Yeah, absolutely. My creative process, I don't approach a song like, oh yeah, I'm going to try to make something for radio. Sometimes you can like, like you'd be surprised in this industry, bro, in this field, this level of creativity, it's always the records you least expect.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I like from the outside looking in, I just look like someone with longevity who's still on the cusp and trying to. But I'd have been next to people who like just been shot, and it's never the record that you expect. So like, you just gotta have a level of humility where you just kind of like head up, and you just kind of like focus on just creating. You know what I mean? Like I listen to a beat. Ideally, in our head, we want them all to be the biggest record in the world. But I just go on genuine feeling, and I just kind of let the mood. I'm big on mood and vibe. Like energy is like one of the biggest words of my life. That anyone who witnessed my creative process, like physically in the flesh next to me, they'll tell you like it's just the energy filled with me. You know what I mean? The energy, if I can feel the energy from the record, from just the music alone, I can pull it effortlessly. Within myself as far as lyrics.
Okay, well, speaking of vibe, because you just said that, what are you listening to when you're driving? What are you listening to when you're working out? Like, what you tapped into right now?
I ain't gonna lie. When I'm working out, I could be on absolute gang shit, or I just might be walking around that bitch looking like an R&B singer because I be listening to. I got a whole sex symbol playlist. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna lie. I've been listening to a lot of like Larry June, Primo Rice lately. Larry, Primo, Dirt. I've been listening to Dirt lately, and then a lot of I probably have more than anybody. I probably listen to like my brother or people that I got rapport with from artists like Back from the City and shit, like Winers Boogie, Jamal Science, Gritty Fresh. Yeah, those pretty much the people that I listen to probably a lot. I listen to a lot of local. I feel like then I might high key have a damn A&R talent. You know what I mean? But yeah, Larry, Primo, Dirt, those just going off the top of my head, those are a few of the guys that I've just been listening to probably a little bit more often.
So you in the studio, it's an unlimited amount of money for features. So you don't have to worry about that. But we're trying to keep this still realistic. You know what I'm saying? So who you signed to, or just in you and your own personal mind, I gotta drop a song with somebody big, mainstream. Who are you hitting up to do the song?
Oh, back Drake. Who picking a Drake? I'm hitting Drake up off back. I'm hitting. And this is just me being a fan too, trying to squeeze one in. Because we don't know how much longer our vets got to go, but Hove, Drake, Hove, Nas.
Oh wait, is this all on one track, or are we talking a project? Because you.
Oh wait, no, one person. You talking about one person, one song, right?
One song.
Oh nah, Drake.
Why Drake over Hove? Just curious.
And ideally, as far as being a fan, like Jay is my man, but as of right now, I think Drake just resonate with just his reach might just be a little wider than Hove as of right now in today's time. If I got that bag to drop and get that feature on that record with somebody that I genuinely like, I like as an artist and respect. You know what I mean? With that reach, I just think his arm is just a little longer than the gods as of right now today. Now in totality, that is different.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But as of right now, it's a no-brainer.
All right. So a lot of people been talking about Drake. We talking albums. And since you brought up Drake, I gotta ask. Favorite Drake album?
I'm gonna be honest with you, Pest, and this probably ain't gonna make no sense to you.
I'm hoping it does though.
I am a fan of Drake, but just probably not to the degree to where I can't even name too many Drake albums because he ruined the radio, so you hear him all day, every day on the goddamn radio. I'm probably gonna go just off that So Far Gone because that was a mixtape. That wasn't even an album.
That's deep.
I'm probably that's deep because that was tough when it dropped. That was tough.
But it still holds up. It still holds up today. But a lot of people wouldn't even be able to have that conversation with you because they weren't Drake fans then. You know, I talk to people about that album or mixtape, EP or whatever you're gonna call it, and they like, what's that? And it's on Spotify and all that stuff now, but that was a long time of people just not having any idea. I respect that. I respect that. So that's Drake's. A collection of albums. Who holds rank with you? You got Lil Wayne Carter. You got JayZ Blueprint. You got, all these other artists. Who holds rank with you saying that these back-to-back albums, all of them solid?
You ask an artist with a body of work that was solid back-to-back to back.
Yeah.
Like one of my favorites, probably Hov. Yeah, because we got the Blueprint 2, the Black Album.
Yeah.
What was after that? What was after the Black Album? Was it American Gangster?
No, American Gangster wasn't after the Black Album. Kingdom Come was.
Kingdom Come.
Yeah.
I hated that damn. He had a couple joints on there, but that wasn't it.
JayZ is my favorite artist. Kingdom Come was not. It really wasn't. I mean, even he had a few joints, but let's just say that they didn't sound good. Now you go back to them, they didn't age well. I think that's an album with 30 something on it, and Show Me What You Got, and it was loud. I just remember that album being real loud. Yeah, and I think
you ain't never gonna get an album that whole ain't got something on there, but the totality, the body of work, I wouldn't really rock with them.
Okay, but JayZ is still the one that has the most.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. So right now, lately, man, I'm so grateful on what happened with Nas, but I'm glad it woke up in him.
Oh, that's
Nas been on a little tail lately.
Yeah, I remember listening to Nas growing up, and was like, I'm going to respect him because he's on Mount Rushmore, but these albums aren't really. It's like I respected Nas, but the albums wasn't good. But these King Disease albums and the joint he just dropped, I mean, at this point, I'm driving, doing my little road trips, and I'm all the way through from intro to the outro.
Oh, I'm right with you. And he on my Mount Rushmore. But like, he had it. Look, man. We call him spade a spade, but he wasn't coming with it. Like you gonna get something, but lately it's been hard body, front to back, A to Z. Oh yeah, this smacking.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So with what you have going on, because I got the music video link. I got it on my phone. You see, I got merch. You see, I'm wearing merch.
That's love, man.
Yeah.
It's always love. CodeRemerch.com. Tell them to tap in.
What you and the team got going on? What's on the checklist for the summer of 2022?
So me and my homie Lord Zaire, we've been making a lot of music lately. So we gonna come with a project. I got a project coming with me and my cousin Jamal Science. He's a producer and an MC out of Chicago. We got an EP working on. For me personally, as far as Vinsane, like I'm probably just gonna be dropping singles throughout the summer, but because I'm collabing with other people, it's gonna probably be a couple projects in the mix too. But as far as me personally, my mind state as of right now, it's just gonna be singles, one song at a time.
Why that and not project?
I don't want to hit people with a whole body of work that just go unnoticed.
Yeah.
Because Because, like, even if you got the bag, like, you ain't got the bag in the right places and the right things going on behind it as far as the marketing, like, it's still kind of unnoticed. I'm just not in a rush. Because, and they probably got a lot to do because I know I'm going to be collaborating with other artists.
Yeah.
That I don't feel the need to have to, like, rush hitting them with a full project right now.
And that's cool.
Kinda, yeah.
Do you miss the mixtape era?
Do I miss the mixtape era?
Yeah, but you being from Chicago, like I don't know if I'm saying this right, but the mixtape era for you might have hit a little different because with you being in Chicago, because Chicago always rocked with Chicago. You know, so I really don't see Chicago people listening to like a California DJ mixtape series or a New York one.
Nah, that ain't true.
Okay,
like
so
Chicago was supporting Chicago for a while. Chief Keef broke that door in. Let's just call
I know that, and that's what I know that. But Chief Keef broke that door in without a DJ Drama screaming over his tracks. You see what I'm saying?
It's true.
So
it's true.
That's like y'all listen to mixtapes a little different than, you know, how I would say other regions listen to mixtapes, how they consume mixtapes.
Yeah.
Because you could put out a mixtape, you know, let's say that you was really entrenched, you was really on the grind, you was really in your prime back in 2010. A Chicago artist I see will put out a mixtape with no DJ, and it's just a mixtape. This is my joint. You got the heavy animated, you know, cover, and it's just you. But, you know, some people in other spots will just go right to the DJ, and the DJ will push it. So
yeah, that's kind of true. Chicago always had DJs though that was kind of hot in the street. So yeah, it definitely wouldn't be with no outside DJ. Only people that would do that would be people who basically on the verge of cracking, being nationally known, and they got the budget to pay like one of the biggest DJs, like a DJ Drama. Like I remember Bump J, he did a Gangsta Grill with Drama. But yeah, Chicago definitely had a tendency to just rock with Chicago DJs doing something like that. Up until the point where they got enough clout where they can just reach out to whoever really killing that lane and they just get them.
Yeah, so with that being said, when he brought that Gangsta Grillz mixtape to the hood, how was that celebrated? Was that like an accomplishment or just like, that's just another, you know, like that's just another project from the homie? Because I just feel like now people hold on to those, because not since that era's over, those DJ Drama mixtapes and bigger rankings and all those, they feel like plaques now, and because you know you just can't consume them like that.
They do. For Bump specifically, for what I can remember, when that happened, it probably was the streets received it, but it wasn't received as big only because he had a lot of legal issues too. So face wasn't really. You know what I'm saying? So you have to just take it for what it was. But yeah, as of like you said, as of right now, people would definitely they holding on to that. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But to answer your question, as far as if I missed the mix, I'm not sure if I can say I missed the mixtape era, man. I kind of love the climate that the music industry is in right now. You just got to know what it is that you're dealing with, and you just got to know your niche and just come how you coming, you know. You know, you don't have to do what everybody else doing and go about it how everybody else is going about it. But the reality is, like, I mean, what I do like about it is, like, you don't need a million fans to really eat good off this industry. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
If you know your business and you got some grind and some hustle and some muscle to you.
Yeah, and that's a husle that a lot of people, you know, particularly don't have. A lot of people don't have that hustle because I had said something on you. I don't know what platform, but I had said something a couple days ago about buy that artist merch instead of, you know, worrying about the artist streams, because you can get a certain amount of streams and that check you get be about $40, $50, $80. But if you sell 10 shirts, you already made over 100. So I'd rather sell 10 shirts than get 100,000 streams. You know, so you know that Yeah, so you know that, like that's a hustle that you have, because I mean, I got a shirt on that you already made before I even made that statement, before I even thought like that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. When it's all said and done, when we look back at the legacy, what have you wanted to accomplish within your legacy?
I think ultimately, Pest, on some real shit, bro. My legacy probably gonna. I ideally wanted to extend beyond music.
Yeah.
Like I do what I do to get in a position to where not only am I taking care of myself and my family, but to be a blessing to just anybody that I feel the need or feel compelled to be a blessing to. Just to simply remind people that you ain't in this motherfucker by yourself. And just to remind people that there is a God or something to the degree that's waking up, that's allowing us to go to sleep and wake up and open our eyes again the next day. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That's going to extend beyond music. Now, music can help propel that, but it's nothing specifically as far as like anything within the industry, like, oh, going platinum. Like, nah, I just want my gift to make room to do great things and goddamn spread some love and peace around this motherfucker, because this world is crazy out here. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
It's rough out here, bro. So like we all can get so caught up in just what it is that we want to do as far as individual, because I mean, they tell us that money is power, and with that comes respect. And that's something each and every last one of us on this earth desire and want. So they gonna keep dangling that motherfucking piece of fish in front of the hyenas. You know what I mean? So I get that. We all want to be successful, but money ain't the only way that you can be successful. You know what I'm saying? So I would be lying to tell you that I don't see me like being rich or someone in a position of power. But to be honest, I feel rich and feel like I'm in a position of power now. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I don't need the whole world to tell me that, to feel like that, or to know that. You know what I'm saying? I know about the people that I'm brushing shoulders with left and right, and that don't take for the whole world to know. If that was the case, I'd be out here on some extra broofy shit with the internet. Like, I don't need none of that. I am who I am without this shit. So my life extends beyond just the typical shit that we all champion every day as far as the internet or even music. Like, I'm using that shit to propel, and God gonna be able to use me some, for shit that's legendary beyond what I can even think. You know what I mean? So there's nothing specific. Like, I wake up again tomorrow and I'm able to do what it is that I'm doing. I'm winning. I'm in great shape, one day at a time, man.
Okay. Music scene, Arizona. Best thing about it, worst thing about it.
The best thing about it is a melting pot. So it is highly likely that it can be someone that help propel the music scene in Arizona and not actually be a local native.
Yeah.
Because it's such a melting pot. Now, that person will most definitely have to be claiming AZ to a degree to where, like, you showing love, or it just ain't gonna be received. They gonna try to shut that shit. They gonna shut that Carter. They gonna try to shut that Carter down quick. What I hate or dislike, it will probably. I can't say I hate it or dislike it, because I'm still actually getting acclimated to the Arizona music scene, because I'm always back and forth anyway. But from what I probably can see, they definitely could kind of stagnate Arizona becoming a household name if they continue to try to show favoritism only to local natives.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Meaning, like, they kind of want to curve the people who out here making noise, but because they not really from the soil, and I can understand that as far as pride, but like, at the end of the day, like, do you want this thing to grow or not? You know what I mean? It's artists from here that a lot of, like, as far as like AZ folks may not be aware of, but it's quite a few artists that's here that made AZ their home, and they not from here, but they got a name, or they got clout, or they got a few videos with 1 million views. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they come and working with AZ artists, but you know what I mean?
Yeah. One thing that I had peeped, I remember when I first moved here in 2013, March, and I don't think it was intentional, but I remember having this takeover mentality. Like, I'm about to take over the scene. And I'm about to rep from where I came from. Detroit. And over the years, I had realized, and it was a hard fact that I had to face, but I had realized why people from Arizona despise that. You know? I'm like, what you mean? Like, let us through. He from Chicago, I'm from Detroit. It's all love. But then I had to remember where I came from. Back home, we wouldn't even have allowed that. I don't think, and I could be wrong, I can speak for Detroit, I can't speak for Chicago. But I don't think people is going to be so okay with a bunch of people coming to the scene claiming they going to take it over. You know what I'm saying? Like so now, so yeah, and I think I had to grow. I had to see. I just think I had to see it from their side of the story, their side of their perspective. I had to see it. So now I'm trying to say, okay, well, how can we work around that and make it to where we can go? Because I believe that it's going to be real hard for an artist to make it without the hood behind them. And if everybody's here and everybody has hoods that don't even exist on the driver's license that we now have, how could you how can you get everybody behind you? So now you got the person that's from the South Side, born and raised, but his hood is not as big as the Vinsane group, the DJ Pest group. So it's like we're kind of like going against each other without even noticing that, So I now understand, 36 years old, almost 10 years in Arizona. I understand like why it's so hard to break, because somewhere in our mind, we're not doing it intentionally. We're not saying anything, but somewhere in our mind, it's a pullback. It's like, no, I came out here to win.
Yeah. Nah, that's a fact, because like even in in Detroit or in Chicago alone,
ain't nobody coming from somewhere else.
Take over any part of the city. Like, ain't nobody trying to hear all that. You know what I'm saying? So let alone a whole other state.
Yeah.
It's gonna take for somebody with enough charisma and enough build within them, and with enough humility to where like you gonna have to embrace. Cause like AZ is my home right now. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
Crib, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I'm from Chicago. That's always the numero uno. But I'm from AZ. I'm in AZ, and this is the crib. Mm-hmm. So just like I will be outside on my block in on 117th and Justine in Chicago, motherfuckers talking about they wolf and they finna come over here, and we standing on that. I'm gonna do the same thing out here. You know what I'm saying? We come in peace, but we will break and disturb that motherfucker if you acting like, you know what I mean? Yeah. So like, it's going to take for the right person with the right charisma, like you say, and motherfuckers doing the right thing, and you just got, you can't do it here and just ignore the state in itself, because you're not going to get the support. You know what I'm saying? Especially if we specifically talking about rap shit. You talking about rap, hip hop, like, nah. That ain't going to work like that. And that ain't even how hip hop works. Hip hop is grassroots, so you gotta fuck with the streets. I've been outside my whole life. That ain't nothing new to me. That's about the funnest part of it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But like, you gonna have to definitely like, you gotta rock with the people, man. You got to.
Cause I'm looking, like I used to be so vocal in the past. Like the past DJ Pest was. I always speak my mind. I don't care who like it. If they want to fight, we can fight. If they want to have an argument, let's argue.
Right.
But the more these gray hairs start showing, the more I kind of, I'm learning it's sometimes better to listen. So now I'm just really I'm checking. I'll go, and I used to go down the timeline and feel a certain kind of way. But now I'm just going down the timeline just trying to see, You know what I'm saying? Like who's progressing. I want to work with people more. I want to find a way to bridge a couple gaps. I want to be able to talk to the gatekeepers because some people use gatekeeper as a negative way. Some people use gatekeeper as it is what it is. But it's good to know gatekeepers. You know what I'm saying? Either way it go, it's good to be able to work with them. So now I'm just trying to work with everybody and make sure everything good. But I'm also trying to understand the mind frame of a Vinsane, of an artist.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Especially an artist with longevity, an artist that's been doing this for a while, because I want to make sure that I'm not stepping on people's toes in the process.
Right. Yeah.
You know, so
absolutely.
That's why I asked about the mixtape, because I don't know how, you know, I remember being young. I remember the DJ being the most important part of the whole thing. I don't think it's like that anymore.
Yeah.
You know, I think an artist can make it without even being close to a DJ. You know, so how do I, you know?
I still operate from that mind state. Like I ain't stuck in I ain't stuck mentally in the mind state of a mixtape era. But like having a DJ is like an essential piece to your thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, period. You know what I mean? Like,
so when you're talking about like performing,
great DJ.
So when you're talking about like performing and, you know, like what does an artist need? What does Vinsane need a DJ for?
You need a DJ. you need a DJ for one, because you need to be able to build a certain level of camaraderie and comfortability, because you can't eat without a show. And if you got a great show, you're going to be able to eat. You know what I'm saying? So you need a DJ who, with experience, who knows how to help cultivate that experience with the artist for the people. You know what I mean? And then like you still need DJs like through the streets, through the clubs, like people outside, especially AZ nights all year round. You know what I mean? So like people outside all day, every day at these little strip clubs and at these little, so like you need DJs to help spread the message. You know what I mean? That ain't gonna never go away, bro. You know what I mean? So? Like y'all, it may seem like DJs not as celebrated, but like ain't nothing moving and grooving if ain't no DJs involved. So
that's interesting. You know, it's interesting that you say that. I'm trying to make sense of it, because I'm going on, I think 21 years of DJing. And right now I find myself taking this route, like talking to you like this instead of talking to you like, 1 2 1 2, you know, because we have to adapt. And with me being like, I got your single right now. I think I can be more effective to pushing your single, talking about it instead of playing the song. And that's twisted, but that's where we are right now. You know,
I actually agree. And I'm literally like trying to find my lane, because like, I mean, just dropping a song randomly and telling people go like, share, comment, subscribe, that ain't gonna do it either.
That ain't gonna do it,
You gotta find a way. So like, that's literally where I'm at. Like I'm finding a way, like, it's gotta be something these days that you gotta like be able to do genuinely and so effortlessly that the people can pick up on that and they can appreciate it. Because when you an artist and you unknown and you trying to convince somebody to just like your shit or share your shit or even watch your shit, it's too much. Like the reason why they don't do it, because for one, they don't know who you are. So it's gotta be a level of like, it's gotta be something that they feel like they can get out of the deal. There's gotta be something that resonates them, or you gotta trigger an emotion in someone. But just doing that as a rapper is like, because it's so oversaturated, motherfucker just scrolling. You know what I'm saying? It's much more interesting for me to see your ass slip on some ice, twist your ankle and yell, and that video go viral. They come to find out that the motherfucker who twisted his ankle on the black ice is a rapper. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's probably gonna come from content that won't have anything to do with what it is that you trying to push to be ideally known for. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like you gotta kind of find your niche. So to piggyback on what you're saying, like, yeah, I think you're absolutely right. Like, okay, yeah, you a DJ, and like you say, you've been doing it for some while, but now, yeah, instead of yelling, you might have to just fall back and sit and chill and talk like a goddamn you know what I'm saying, regular civilian. And like, so you doing the right thing, and I agree with you because I'm on the same path.
Yeah,
I'm just figuring this shit out because you have to adapt. If you don't, you would die.
Yeah. We have more opportunities to get money in this industry than the generation before us. But it complicates things because now you're giving people too many options. You know, and I think Henry Ford said you can have any color car you want as long as it's black. And when that was that, it was just you make money by selling records. Now,
right,
you got YouTube monetizing, you got Instagram monetizing, you have all these different platforms. Like here, just do you, but do it on our platform, and we'll pay you for it. That makes the person say, okay, well, I'm a cook, and now I'm a cook and show y'all how to cook. You know what I'm saying? Or now I'm an athlete. I'm an athlete, so you want to watch me work out? You know, so it's just really it's the oversaturation of the market as a whole, and it's just making everybody's mind scatter. To the point where I think we need to, I know this is impossible, but there needs to be days where we can just say Instagram, Facebook, and all these other platforms don't work. Come back, they're closed. They're closed on the weekends.
Right.
Because we'll see people over and over and over again, they're not doing it on purpose, but if you're watching something so much, it's going to tamper with the normal, like the normal part of you. So we're seeing these people flaunting these rental cars. We're seeing these people stay in these Airbnbs. Right. But they're in that moment, they're taking a picture and they're like, this is my life. So now you go to work or however you hustle and it's not like that. You start questioning, am I doing what I'm doing right? Because how are they doing it and I'm not? And that's the same thing that's starting to happen within these music videos. So I respect a music video like yours where I'm watching Turnpike and the name of the song, the content matches the name of the song. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not doing nothing that's not you. You're not, it's not like, I get acting. I get like you're doing an actual like short music video that it's like a film. But, I'm glad that you're not sitting on this Ferrari hood and, know, because it could have went that way. You know what I'm saying? Like it could have went that way. If you had the mind frame to say, I gotta do like this because this is what my fan base likes, then you could have done that. And there would have been nothing wrong with it. But I also have to give the roses to the people that's keeping it them. Like you keeping you and you're not really compromising that for more likes. So that's why when I say I'm doing an interview, I want to talk to you. I want to talk to the last real people left. Because it ain't that many.
Right, I appreciate that.
Yeah, and try to, promote the artist, promote Vinsane to the people that I like. So that's where the DJ thing kind of switches up because, I'm known for rocking a party, but now I have people saying that, Pest only talk to the people that's genuine. Pest only talk to the people, like I'm going to tap in with bro because Pest wouldn't talk to him if he ain't really rock with him, And that, I'm definitely rambling, but it's just one of those things every time I see you, because like you say, you drop music. You drop a lot of music, you know what I'm saying? And not the fact that you drop a lot of music where it's overwhelming. It's just that when you drop music, it's like, I know he back on course. He ready. Like he back. Right. He got a new single. So it's like every time I see that, I'm like, okay, bet, let me tap in with fam and see if everything is, like what he need help with. Because you want to extend that hand to the people that can really like blow up. Because I can't make it without you,
Right.
And
vice versa.
Yeah, I'm looking at Coachella. I'm looking at all these festivals. And when you see a DJ and the DJ's on the bill, he's not on there playing, like DMX. He's not on there playing JayZ. He's playing like house music and EDM. So with me being a hip hop DJ, if I want to be on that Coachella stage, then I have to be like, hey, y'all get ready. Vinsane about to come on stage. Like that's the only way I can make it. So if that's what I want, then I have to, act accordingly and get to where I'm trying to get to.
It's only right to highlight those and build that rapport and make it stronger with the people that you fascinated by genuinely.
Yeah. So This is Vinsane. If you don't know, now you know. You know what I'm saying? You've been listening to this and watching this for about an hour. So I'm hoping you got that early on. But yeah, this is, I'm trying to create conversations with, dope people that I'm cool with, that I'm friends with, associated with, and so on, man. So for people that want to check you out past this point, where can they find you at?
At Vonnalucci, VONNALOUCHIE on Instagram. VinsaneMusic.com. CoteryMerch.com if you want the merch. But yeah, you can most definitely DM me, tap in with me on the gram. That's like out of all of them platforms, that's pretty much where I hang out the most. You know what I mean? So yeah, follow me. You know what I'm saying? Shoot me a message, tap in. You know what I mean? Ask how the kid they went. I might just tell you. You know what I mean?
DJ Pest.
Ladies and gentlemen, the biggest internet radio station on the planet.
Even the other radio stations are tuning in.
Your choice, your music. YouChoiceRadio.com.